This is the Dr. Pepper Coca-Cola Friday Night Rivals.
It's a winner-take-all for the region championship here tonight on Friday Night Lights. Theodore coming to take on Saraland in Saraland. Both teams unbeaten in the region. Saraland's won this region the last 2 years in a row. Last team to win it other than the Spartans. Oh, yeah, that was Theodore 3 years back. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox, my partner Dan Brennan here in Saraland tonight. Region championship on the line. Always a big, always one of those first thing, the goals that the teams talk about in the summer. And Saraland trying to make it 3 in a row. Think they would be the favored team tonight, but what a story it could be for Theodore if they could come in here and win the game and win the region championship.
They had the same idea that everybody does against Saraland. Slow it down, keep their offense off the field, play good to run defense, and, of course, stop the pass. But that's what everybody has tried to do this year. Maybe Theodore, if you look at their offensive and defensive lines, they got a better chance to do that, but that's why they play the game.
Yeah, I think teams are 0-8 that have tried to do that so far on the season. So whenever we do a Saraland game, and past couple of years, even number 2, Deshaun Spencer, I mean, he is just a highlight-making machine and really a special player.
43 catches, 750 yards, 12 touchdowns. He's had a couple of great games with us on TV so far this year. And Manny Diaz, the head coach at Duke University, is in the house tonight to try and protect his star recruit.
Yeah, he's been committed to go to Duke, and Diaz is here. We'll talk more about that during the broadcast. On the other side, Theodore also has a very talented player who we can see on both sides of the football here tonight, Dan.
Yeah, J.J. Bush, he can do both for sure. He's a star safety and a great hitter, great tackler. He's got 66 stops on the year. But on offense, when they decide to give him the ball, they usually go into Wildcat or Bobcat. 147 yards rushing and 5 TDs. So down in the money zone, look for Bush to maybe get the football down there.
All right, Theodore was the last team to beat Spanish Fort in a region game. It's 24 straight wins in the region for Spanish Fort. For Saraland. Saraland also has not lost in 1,849 days. That's 37 home wins in a row. We'll see if they keep that streak going or if Theodore can win their second region championship in the past 4 years. And we'll find out with the kickoff coming up right after this.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Dr. Pepper with the Coca-Cola Red Zone, the Mobile County Sheriff's Department. Join Team Sheriff today. And Greer's Markets. Greer's got it. We guarantee it.
Just about ready to get this one underway at Spartan Stadium, and Theodore won the toss, and they want the ball. Steve Mask here You know, he was telling us before the game, Dan Brennan, as he's in his his third year in Theodore, 18-11. Of course, won 4 state championships down the road at St. Paul's. But he was saying, we got to survive the first quarter. We can't be down 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Well, one way to do that, win the toss, usually defer, take the ball, try to bleed the clock a little bit and keep that offense off the field, right?
Yeah, if you're going to have offensive success, you might as well believe it and start with the football and maybe grab a lead.
So J.J. Bush will be one of the deep men. We'll talk about him a lot tonight on this. We're going to have to call his name a lot, I think, for Theodore to win this game, don't you?
That's a good point. And he lines up in the Wildcat on offense. Does a lot of good stuff, especially in the down by the goal line.
Saw Jeff Kelly on the screen momentarily there. Had his 200th win last week. And this one will come to Bush at the 20. And Bush breaks a tackle at the 30, still on his feet. And you can see the physicality early on of this young man. Committed to Missouri, then went to Arkansas. Now he's back to Mizzou. And he will start on defense for this Theodore team. But you're not leaders. Head coach Jeff Kelly. Of course, what a run he's had here at Saraland. 153-37. As we said, 24 straight region wins. Last time they lost a region game was down at Theodore in October of 2022. And whistle before Overton can give this one off to Abel. And a pre-snap penalty. George Washam, our referee.
5-yard penalty. First down.
Exactly what you can't do.
You get the ball, you're trying to make a statement on offense, and you start behind the sticks immediately. And again, that's exactly what you don't want to do against Saraland, against anybody.
And all this talk about Saraland and their offense, how powerful ours. Abel with a nice run. He's out across the 35-37, giving up less than 6 points a game. Their defense gets a little overlooked, but their defense is really solid.
It would now be a 2nd and short had they didn't have that 5-yard penalty.
Starting lineup brought to you by Greer's. And you look there, Overton, the quarterback, and now they go a little hurry up. And they give it to Abel again on the left side. And Abel breaks the tackle, and he's across midfield. Abel all the way inside the 30 before he's brought down at the 27-yard line. So a great run to open things up on 3rd down.
Well, he was 40 yards short of 1,000 coming into the game. He may be in that neighborhood now.
Yeah, he just picked up 36 on this one.
There you go.
And broke a tackle and got on the left side and finally brought down at the end of that play inside the 30. And now Overton on the right side. He's going to race to the inside, cuts it at the 5, and Theodore is on the board. Less than making a minute 6 into this one.
That was quick. We talked about getting the ball, putting your chips on the offense and saying, hey, if we're going to win, these guys are going to have a big part in that. So let's give them the ball first, see if we can grab some momentum, and that's what they've done.
It's an ArcelorMittal-Calvert touchdown. Apply now at ArcelorMittal-CalvertJobs.com. Krishan Overton, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. He's over 300 yards now. Hernandez on for the point after. And for only the 2nd time this season, Saraland has trailed. And it's 7-0. They trailed Jackson 7-0 in week 1.
We were there.
And Theodore, a short 4-play drive, and they take a 7-0 lead early on, just a minute and 8 into this one here in Saraland. Region championship on the line, and Saraland will get the ball here, trailing 7-0 to Theodore on Friday Night Rivals.
Friday Night Rivals Smile Cam is sponsored by McMurphy Orthodontics. Will make you want to smile. Smiling cheerleaders on the Saraland side, though they're also smiling a good bit on the Theodore side of things. You can see why.
Fast start.
Sorry, that was Theodore. That was their cheerleaders. My bad.
So Anderson to kick off in a picture-perfect start. Take away one false start before the drive started for Theodore, and they're on top 7-0. Anderson knuckles this one to the 13, and Wardrick Jones will bring it out to about the 34-yard line. And this high-powered Saraland offense, ranked number 2 in 6A, will come out. And Jamison Roberts, the quarterback, who's playing so great this year. Brown and Deshaun Spencer, who Dan talked about. You got Martin and also Edwards and Turner on the outside.
Keep an eye on Cy Bird, too, the tight end.
Yep, had 2 touchdowns last week in the first half. Pasquale, Friedericus, Johnson, and Law, the freshman. And now Roberts hit middle of the field, but he's able to get that one complete to the 40. Making a move inside the 25, all the way down to the 22-yard line. 19th catch of the year for A.J. Martin. And Roberts hung in the pocket on that one.
Yeah, he threw it off his back foot. Martin had so much room downfield. He'd beaten the defense bad, got behind him, and makes the catch.
43 yards on the completion. Now the inside give and pushing the pile up to about the 15-yard line. Deshaun Spencer, his first touch of the night, and he moves the Spartans into the Coca-Cola red zone.
Only 175 pounds, but they will give it to him from the backfield, as well as everything else you'll see him do tonight.
P.J. Brown back at tailback here is Saraland at 2nd and 2. Roberts looking right side, wants Spencer to the corner of the end zone, and it's dropped. That doesn't happen very often.
It does not. It does not. Spencer able to get open quickly enough. He's got him beat bad, and the ball's right in the breadbasket.
Like the 2nd and 2. Take the shot up top. This Theodore defense giving up 19 points a game. Eli, Young, and Bruton. You got Jermaine Bush, Coleman, Key Parker Crawford playing great at linebacker. Landon Powell, the sophomore, also having a great year at linebacker. Lucius Rouser, Bush, and McDonald in the secondary. And now they bring Jakari Harris in, and Roberts going to keep it in. Call his own number on the design run, and he's going to get the Roof Doctors first down up to the 11-yard line.
Harris will come in on short distance situations, the linebacker to provide some blocking. He does right there. First down, Saraland.
Roberts was 8 for 8, 133 yards and 5 touchdowns in the first half last week against Murphy. And they got a handful of design run plays in the offense for him, in addition to kind of the scramble breakdown plays that we've seen him make some electric plays. Fake to Spencer, and he'll keep it again on the right side. Breaks a jersey tackle, stays on his feet at the 5, and he's in for a Spartan touchdown.
Quarterback power run right there. He had blocks out in front, breaks one tackle. He's in, and just like that, we're about to be tied.
Parker Crawford had a handful of jersey, didn't slow him down, didn't prevent him from getting another ArcelorMittal Calvert touchdown. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. See the lower body strength when you can break away from that big jersey tug there.
Yep. It's good size.
Yep. Now Landon Birchfield on a bit of a high snap, but he's able to push it through, and we are tied at 7. So 3 minutes in, 14 points on the board early on in the first. 7-7 here in Saraland between the Spartans and the Bobcats on Friday Night Rivals.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Andrews Diesel and Automotive, proud sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete of the Week. McMurphy Orthodontics will make you want to smile. And Roof Doctors. Got a sick roof? Call the doctor. Roof Doctors.
Stay committed to the game.
So, Steve Mass said we're going to have to outscore them. I mean, that's the only way we're going to have a chance to win this game. And so far, it's a bit of a shootout here, 3 minutes in, right?
Yeah, really, two really quick drives. Basically the length of the field, both ways. And both teams utilizing the, I guess Saraland had one big pass play in there, but they also ran it in, as did Theodore.
Garrison Little to kick off for the Spartans here. Bush will stand back at about the 15. And they'll go the other way this time, and they'll go high and short inside the 30. Coming back toward the middle of the field is Cunningham, and Cunningham all the way across Saraland territory into the Spartans side of the 50 at about the 41.
Yeah, he came up completely across the field and was able to find a lane.
Well, there's a flag back at the 43.
There you go. I was looking for one. I didn't see it, but
way away from, halfway across the field.
There's two of them down there.
So if it's there, it's still going to be, if it's, say it's over blocking the back from 10 yards from there, it's still going to be good field position for wave it off. I think they're going to. They hadn't moved the ball, so.
After the play, on sportsmanlike, on the kicking team. After the play, on sportsmanlike, on the return team. Penalty was offset, first down.
All right, so there's your two flags, Dan Brennan, and so 41 is where this drive will start for Theodore. And Jeff Kelly talked about this Theodore team, how great they were in the first half last week against Gulf Shores. He said they weren't just good, they were dominant. They were as good as anybody last week in the first half. As we look at the Saraland defense here, we'll get to that right after this snap, and they get it out of the backfield and able to go off to Cunningham, who just had the big return, and he's knocked out of bounds and finished off over there. And some John over on the Theodore side. Evans, Scott, and Snipes, and you got Dunklin, Pugh, Harris, and Clifton, who had the big game against Jackson on Friday Night Rivals. Turner, you got Jones, who's all around the ball, a couple interceptions on the season. Seward and Derek Durgan back there in the secondary. Pugh really been playing great at linebacker, and the inside ball comes loose, and bottom of the pile, and Saraland's going to come away with a football. Trouble with the exchange, I think, and the ball came loose, and Saraland hops on our first turnover of the night, and Saraland negates that great field position by Theodore with a takeaway.
Blair Evans part of all that?
He was around the football. Let's take.
Now 45.
Yeah, it was just on the mesh.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
I think I think it was Jakari Harris who came away with it.
Yeah.
But that was just on the quarterback running back exchange or not. And so a turnover, and Saraland's got it at the 41. And this is Brown, and he'll push it across the 45. Helmet goes flying there. That's the center, Talon Friedericus, and he'll have to come out for a play. Losing the helmet, so he'll get backed up. Wyatt Hurst will come in there to pick up a 5 on first down for Saraland.
Good thing Hurst was ready. Try to run the play without your center.
Brown still in the backfield. A bit of a high snap out of the shotgun. They get it to Deshaun Spencer on the right side, left side, Spencer on his feet at the 40 and into Theodore territory. Another Roof Doctors first down as he gets that one up to the 35-yard line.
Manny Diaz had so many words of praise for Spencer pregame when we visited with him.
Diaz, the head coach of Duke, here watching the game tonight. Now they look to set up the screen. That one's knocked down. Able to get his hand up and bat that one away. Devon Young, 6'4", and went up in the air to tip that ball away.
Yeah, but the screenplay was set up there. They had invited the Theodore defense on in. Really big play to knock it down because they had it set up.
Landon Powell, the sophomore, who's having a great season, 5.5 sacks on the year, 13 tackles for loss.
He's been great when we've been there, right?
Yep. So 2nd and 10. They empty the backfield. 5 wide receivers. Roberts steps up. Now he pulls it down and floats it to the near side. And able to haul that one in. Second catch of the night. A.J. Martin down to the 15-yard line. Gain of 20 and another Roof Doctors first down. There's Manny Diaz, the head coach at Duke, watching Deshaun Spencer, who committed early to Duke, and he's really wanted to go to Duke. And Spencer hasn't changed, and Diaz just making sure he's doing everything he can to make sure he doesn't want to change, right?
Exactly.
Deshaun Spencer has just talked about the whole Duke experience and what it can do for him even after college. Now they look to go up top in a double coverage, and it's broken up as they were trying to go to Spencer.
Yeah, and what some of what Manny Diaz has told Spencer back to him is, look, that stuff is great. Duke is great for the rest of your life. You come to Duke, you're going to see the field. We consider you a very special offensive player, and we will assign you in that way and give you chances to put up numbers from the start.
Right away, and he was really impressive to talk with, and enjoyed the time we were able to spend with him before the game. He's got his wide receivers coach with him here as well. And Spencer will come in motion behind Roberts here on second down, and now quarterback keeper again. Roberts trying to string it out to the right side, and good job by the Bobcats to swarm on that one there as Eli, the senior, able to wrap him up and bring him down. Will bring up third down.
Good pursuit. They didn't give him the edge. Nice job, Theodore. And now that's a different dimension now for Roberts. We really didn't see that in game one against Jackson, but he has come alive as a dual threat quarterback as the year's gone on.
3rd and 9 here for the Spartans. 5 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. Region championship on the line for whoever wins this one here tonight. Roberts looking at a little crossing, able to get Spencer, but Spencer's going to be hit and brought down short of the first down by J.J. Bush. So the two big stars here tonight meet each other at the hash mark, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, you know, when when that tackle was made, I didn't have to look at the number. There's no doubt it was an SEC recruit that made that play, and indeed J.J. Bush brings him to the turf.
Saraland going to bring out the field goal team.
4th and about 3, 4.
Yep. Landon Birchfield will come on. This will be about a 28-yard attempt from the right hash. He's 1 for 1 on the year, long of 35. And this one is good with plenty of leg, and Saraland comes away with points, and they regain the lead at 10-7. That big tackle there by J.J. Bush to prevent the first down forces Saraland to get a field goal as opposed to converting or getting the touchdown there, and so that makes it a 10-7 advantage for the Saraland Spartans.
By the way, tonight's ball game, Friday Night Rivals, closed captioning is brought to you by SA Recycling, cleaner communities, stronger future.
So you wonder, just Saraland, you know, they go for that. A lot of times you would see them go for that there, but they decide to take the 3 and get the points and take the lead 10-7.
That's a little respect for the Theodore team from Saraland, don't you think?
Yeah, their defense.
Yeah, that was a great play by Bush. Steve Matz talking to us before the game about how many players you need like that on your team that are going to play at the next level. You know, by classification.
This one taken by DeMarcus Beckham, and Beckham will roll out of bounds about the 32 on the far sideline.
Something to the effect that, if you're in 5A, you want to be a great team. You might need 2 or 3 of those guys, and as of course go up higher,
Yep.
the more top flight players you would need on the field to be a top team.
So Theodore comes back out here after that turnover on the last drive. And so now they trail by 3. Abel takes it on the left side, and Abel will roll it out across the 35 to about the 38. Pick up about 5 on first down. So I think Steve Mask has got to feel pretty good where things are right now. Like he said, he said we just can't get blown out in the first quarter.
Yeah.
He said if we can hang around to the first quarter, chance to be in the game all night.
They've got a chance to have this ball when the quarter ends.
Yep. Sean Overton is thrown for over 770 yards, and
the first drive, Jim, I wasn't. Let's see what the call is here.
Sideline warning.
Okay.
On the offense. Sideline warning on the offense. First warning.
that must go against the coaching, because all the players are back behind where they're supposed to be. That's
I think you're right.
Somebody in the coaching staff over there.
Yeah. It was not so much Abel's runs that threw me off on that first drive with the quarterback. Watch Abel. He's powerful.
Abel right up the middle, and he's going to have a Roof Doctors first down up to the 47-yard line. Gain 9. And just straight ahead on that one.
One play looks like the one before it.
And now they go a little hurry up. And Abel tied up there by Blair Evans, and also Tamadre Sewer coming up to make the stop, but he picks up 6. 8 plays, 48 yards on that scoring drive that ended in the 28-yard field goal for the Spartans. Our scoring summary brought to you by the Mobile County Sheriff's Office. And we're given 5 officially here and bring up 2nd and 5. Straight ahead again is Abel. And Abel's going to have another Roof Doctors first down up to the 41-yard line.
Going to send some linebackers to McMurphy orthodontics if he's not careful tonight, because he's pounding it up there. And this is a great game plan, but others have had the plan in the past, but haven't executed like Theodore has so far tonight.
Abel with 50 yards so far, and as Dan said, over 1,000 on the season now. And he'll add to that total right up the middle and another first down, as he'll pick up 12, and he's down to the 29-yard line.
They're gonna dress things up occasionally, bring in Bush to run it from the Wildcat, and he'll do a lot of this himself.
Good job by
give Abel a blow and put your bigger guy in there.
Lawler, Stevens, and McCarroll all returning starters on that offensive line. And this time he's followed up by Mikari Harris. And they're not really like totally taking the air out of the ball, run the play clock down to 10 or anything like that. Part of that, you gotta still do what you do and keep the rhythm that you're used to having on offense early in the game.
They're not sacrificing any of that. That's a good point.
2nd down and 9 from just inside the 30. Theodore scored on their opening drive. Saraland matched them, then took advantage of a Theodore fumble and got a field goal out of it. And now trying to get this one to Beckham, and Beckham nowhere to go there, and he's going to be dropped back for a loss of about 3 on the play, and 3rd and 13.
Yeah, they went
coming up.
Try to run.
They're going to mark him all the way back at the 34.
So they run kind of a jet sweep into the boundary, hoping to get the corner. There was no way. It was clogged up by that Theodore defense on the right side.
And it just took too long to get going, too. Yeah. So 3rd and 15.
Too much penetration.
Play clock at 5. Overton, and they're going to have to take a timeout here. The play clock was going to expire. Big 3rd and 15 here. So Theodore takes a timeout, so we'll take one with him. 10-7, Saraland on top. Couple minutes left in the opening quarter. 3rd and 15 coming up. The Bobcats on the march deep in Saraland territory once again. Steve Mask, head coach of the Theodore Bobcats, Hall of Famer. Back in 2020, got inducted into the Alabama Hall of Fame. And his team with a 3rd and 15 here on this one. Just one of the all-time good guys as coaches in high school football, right?
Great to us for many, many, many years. He's even as a defensive coordinator before he got the head job at St. Paul's.
Came with Jimmy Perry, right?
Yep.
Overton rolling now. Flag's going to be there for the hold, but it's going to be too late as he gets dropped all the way back, and they have not blown the whistle yet. Now they have it at the 45. Evans was in there. It was just Overton was taking forever looking downfield. They're going to throw the flag for the hold, which if you're Saraland, you're just going to decline this because it's going to be all the way back to the ball's at the 45, which would bring up 4th and about 35. Saraland only rushed 3 on that one, dropped everyone back in coverage, and Overton was just trying to buy some time, and his linemen.
Well, they did what they could, including hold.
Yeah.
I think it'd be 4th and 25, Jim. Am I wrong about that?
It could be Jeff Kelly not happy about something on the call on the near side.
Holding on the offense. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Cheers. Yeah. Evans was the one being held. He ends up getting the sack. Now Theodore's drive going to stall out here. So the jet sweep that loses 5, and then the holding and the sack. And Saraland declined it and trying to get the ball spotted. It was all the way back to the 45. So yeah, 4th and 25. They bring out Hernandez to punt. Pressure coming, and Hernandez pooches this one high. Not a very good kick. It's high in the air, but it does take a good Theodore bounce all the way inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line.
It hopped about 15 yards from where it landed, or 13 or so, so he gets a break there. Now, we were talking about the chance for Theodore to run out the clock here in the first quarter. Turns out Saraland gets it back. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, they had it inside the 30 and then went backwards from there. And now Saraland with the lead and the ball back at their own 17. National Honor Society member Jamison Roberts at quarterback. Roberts looking near sideline, now steps up to avoid some pressure, and he's just going to pull it down, and he'll get tackled at about the 22-yard line.
Quarterback run for number 10, Jamison Roberts. Brings up 2nd down.
Hayden Coleman, the sophomore, comes up with the tackle on Roberts.
Theodore's got some good linebackers.
That's not a new thing out there, is
No,
it?
it's not. Offensive line, linebackers, well, just about everything. They generally have got the talent on the field.
5-yard pickup. Spencer goes in motion. Instead, they give it to Brown on the right side, and he's going to pick up about 3, and he'll bring up 3rd and a couple here for the Spartans.
Brown's been solid at tailback this year.
Braylon
He had a good
Eli
one for years with McWilliams, of course.
bring Brown out, and they'll go empty in the backfield here. On 3rd and 2. Another design run. Roberts to the near side. He's hit and dropped back at the 25-yard line. Pressure coming in again by Kai Parker Crawford. Senior linebacker going to have his 6th tackle for a loss on the season, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And Saraland will let the clock run out, you would think, on this 4th and 1.
Great penetration by Parker Crawford. One of those Theodore linebackers we were talking about. They can run, they can hit, and they love playing physical football.
I don't think he's going to get this punt off, and he will not. So Theodore accomplishes one of the big goals they had, to stay in this game in the first quarter, not fall behind big, and it's 10-7. They've done just that, took a 7-0 lead. Saraland 10 unanswered, but Theodore about to get the ball back, as we'll start the second after this on Friday Night Rivals. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan here in Saraland as we get ready to start the second quarter. I think if you're Theodore, you're happy what you did there in that first quarter. Now about to get the ball back.
Yeah, they didn't want to get blown out in the first period. They've done that. Let's see.
Yep, big punt coming up here for Theodore after they stopped Saraland. We'll get a chance to get it back here on this punt from the Spartans. But 4th and 1, you're deep in your own end. You wouldn't think anything crazy, right? Right. Blair Evans with a big leg, and pressure came, but he was able to get a good punt off all the way back to the 30, and Cunningham back there and nowhere to go. They'll have it about the 28-yard line, bring the offense back here. They're really impressive, the running they had straight up the middle. I mean, they really weren't able to do much around the edges, it didn't seem like, Dan, but everything right just straight ahead.
Abel had one big run where he busted on the edge, where he went over 1,000 yards on the year. I think a 36-yard run. But basically, it's been right in the A gap. He's been really effective so far tonight, rushing the football, Theodore's been very good. 11 rushes, 97 yards. Saraland 8 for 39. Saraland much better in the air so far.
Overton, the senior, barks out the plays. He's got Abel with him in the backfield. Gives it to Abel again, and Abel drags Andy Pugh for a couple. It picks up another 5. The fewer amount of times they have to throw the ball here tonight, the happier I think Theodore is, right?
I think so. I think that they can throw it. They've had some success this year throwing it, but just in spots. If you can run it, run it.
Like this with Overton. The quarterback design run and up to about the 35. Going to bring up 3rd down.
The big thing is, Jim, you got to get solid yards on 1st down. If you're going to be a run-dominated team, you got to put yourself in 2nd and shorts. Yep. 3rd and makeables.
So 3rd and 2. And the crowd trying to do their best. Overton, Abel hit in the backfield and driven back. Blair Evans is in there. And a big stop on 3rd and short.
Wow, that was just overpowering.
Yeah, Nobles, LJ Nobles in there.
Was it Nobles 18?
Yeah, 28.
28, yeah.
Evans there.
Just overpowered his man. Create the 4th down. They're going to get the ball back.
And Deshaun Spencer, we've seen him take him to the house on Friday Night Rivals. Anderson with pressure coming. A good kickoff, and Spencer was going to call for a fair catch, and it bounces down to the 30. So a good job by Anderson to get Saraland back to their own 30. So early on in the second, number 2 ranked Saraland looking to make it 3 straight region championships on top 10-7 early in the second on Friday Night Rivals.
Friday Night Rivals Smile Cam is sponsored by McMurphy Orthodontics. Will make you want to smile.
9:47 left, second quarter. Some other scores to pass along. McGill and Spanish Fort here in the region. McGill playing much better down the stretch. They lead the Toros 14-7 in a big battle in West Mobile to figure out who is going to end up second in 7A Region 1, so you don't have to take that bus ride up to Huntsville if you end up the number 3 seed. It's Baker and Fairhope, and right now Baker leads 14-3. Tate Graham has already thrown for 191 yards with 6.5 left in the second quarter.
Wow.
For that explosive Baker offense.
My guy, Little Aikman.
Roberts has time, and now he'll roll out. Still has time. Flag going to be back, and so that's going to be a hold or maybe a blindside block, but it's coming back.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty.
Saraland has only given up more than 1 touchdown all year. And their defense gave up that touchdown to start things off, and you look, handful of Jersey.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Jim, it's because of this Theodore, and look at the angle.
Cade McDowell was the one coming with the pressure on there, the junior, and got held.
He did a great job. They're winning some of the battles up front, forcing the Spartans to do things like hold and set them back in their field position here.
I haven't marked off the...
Setting penalties on each team will replay first down.
Well, I don't know what the other...
Wow,
wow, okay.
Must have been a hold downfield on that we didn't see. And the official only announced the hold, right?
He did, only one.
So, 1st and 10. We'll just play that. Again, Edwards will come to the bottom of the screen along with Turner. And they'll put Martin in the slot. And Spencer shifts out of the backfield. And now a false start penalty going to go against the Spartans.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jeff Kelly talks about the job that a coach has got to do to make sure his guys are focused and motivated every play, every game, I should say. It's a long season.
Yep. So 1st and 15 for Roberts. And his Spartan teammates Brown in the backfield. Roberts rolls to the right, looks, comes to the near side, able to get it complete to Spencer, and he'll be tackled there at the 45. So we'll get about 7. So we're second about, we'll give him 8. We'll call it 2nd and 7. Good coverage there. They're going to double team Spencer all night.
Bodies all around him right here. And it's McDonald that brings him to the ground.
So a gain of 8 after the penalty. 2nd and 7. And Spencer in motion to the bottom of the screen. They fake to Roberts, and now they want to go up top. Wide open. Bird, the tight end. He's going to be able to walk this one in. Cy Bird, 3 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks, and Deshaun Spencer sold the fake.
He almost oversold it, didn't he? Yeah, it was almost like, once I saw him almost jumping up and down like, get me the ball, it's like, they're not throwing at him.
Another ArcelorMittal Calvert touchdown. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. And Cy Bird, 13th catch of the year, had 2 touchdowns last week against Murphy and a big one there. And there wasn't a Bobcat within 30 yards of him.
And so you work and work and work to defend the stars of the team, and certainly Spencer being one of them. And then you concentrate on Spencer, and Bird walks into the end zone. That's got to be disheartening.
And Birchfield makes it 17 unanswered now by the Spartans. And they lead 17-7, still early in the second. Watch Spencer. He's going to jump up. He wants the ball. They fake. Nobody around Bird for the Spartan touchdown.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by UJ Chevrolet, serving Mobile since 1939. ArcelorMittal Calvert. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. And the United States Coast Guard. Protect, defend, save. Online at GoCoastGuard.com.
So impressive play call there on the Cybird touchdown.
Well, if you grade a play on how impressive it is by how wide open the receiver is, that's one of the most impressive play calls of the year.
And Saraland has now run off 17 straight. High kick to the near side. Cunningham will take it at the 25 to the middle of the field. Now makes a shifty move at the 30 and up to the 38-yard line. Cunningham, just a sophomore, has got 12 catches on the year. You can see why they like to get the ball in his hands whenever they can.
Well, so talented, Jim, and so patient a runner for just a sophomore. You think he'd be going 90 miles an hour, but he lets the game kind of come to him. He's confident athlete.
So Theodore's got to string together a couple of first downs here on this drive. You want to get points as well, but like you can't go 3 and out here, right?
No, I think you've got to, and again, keep establishing that run with Abel. You got to block a little bit up front.
Abel, Evans will grab him and pull him down, but Abel will get 4 on first down.
If you get Abel to the second level, Jim, if you're able to win that line of scrimmage enough for him to crease it and get to the second level, then you got a shot, because Abel's big, strong. Of course, he's not tall, but he's very strong, compactly built, and he can break those linebacker and safety tackles.
Now Abel trying to go out to the right side, and Blair Evans is there. Brought him down after a gain on the previous play, but this one drops him back with a flag. All the way back at the 37.
Evans is a good player, isn't he? He flashes a lot.
Great size. Here for Saraland. Do you take the? Oh, it's going to go against Saraland.
I think it's a face mask.
Oh, got him.
Face mask.
Yeah.
On the defense.
They had the play.
Yeah.
They had it wrapped up.
Just the 5-yard kind. So
yeah, and Evans, that would have been his 13th tackle for loss this year.
2 plays, 57 yards for the touchdown scoring drive last time that Saraland had the ball. Brought to you by the Mobile County Sheriff's Department.
A lot of good players on the Saraland team. Don't overlook Evans.
Yep. So 5-yard penalty keeps it second down, and now 2nd and 5. Overton looking to the right side, fires that one up, and it's incomplete. He was trying to go to Cunningham.
He had him.
Had a little window there between
the corner and the safety, and he had him. Well, just the plays. When you play Saraland, you got to convert them all, don't you?
Yep. 3rd down. Here for the Bobcats. Looking to go on the right side. Able to get that one out, but now flag comes in. And push ahead, going to have the first down. We'll see what happens here as he got it to Cunningham. And we'll see it. Overton did a good job to get that pass over there and complete up to the far side.
Well, there was a confrontation between a Theodore lineman and a defender.
Could be somebody downfield too soon.
I think it was more of a. I don't know. I think it was more of a conflict. Right after the play, right along the sideline. That's when the flag was thrown that I saw. Play was probably over.
Maybe a block in the back or a blindside hit. Trying to sort it out over there on the Theodore side. Still. George Worsham, our referee. Jeff Kelly trying to get an explanation over on this side. Let's listen.
Personal
holding.
Foul. Okay.
On the offense.
Huh.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike on the offense. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike on the defense.
That's what I saw. The little conflict after the play itself. I didn't see the hold.
Hold flag was thrown while the Cunningham was still trying to go. So Overton, a big hit by L.J. Nobles there. So
this is not where Theodore wants to be.
no, so the watch here, right in
the pushing by the lineman.
Okay, so 3rd and 10. Overton looking, middle of the field, fires, tipped and incomplete. It's a little bit high, and Trey Turner was back there trying to get on the tip, and 4th down coming up for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Overton, he's getting hit last few snaps, and even on that play that looked like it was going to be a success, ended up with the hold and the unsportsmanlike, but he got hit on that play and again on 3rd down. Now you got to worry about the return man.
Yep, and they're going to have to hurry to get this one off or take a delay a game. And did it take the delay, or did Theodore get their timeout?
Delay game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Kind of late substitution there. Can't have a bunch of penalties against a team like Saraland.
No, I mean, there's a lot of things a lot of no can do's to try and win a game, especially here at Saraland.
Anderson to punt to Spencer, who stands at his own 40. Anderson with a good kick. He'll chase Spencer back to the 35. Deshaun Spencer with that speed breaks a tackle at the 45, and now trying to turn the corner, goes right behind a blocker. Now Spencer across the 30 and down to the 28-yard line.
Deshaun Spencer's the one guy, Jim, where a good kick might be a bad idea. You'd rather kick it somewhere and let it bounce
line
around.
Drive out of bounds to
yeah.
So ends up being a net of a loss of 6 on the punt. And now Saraland back in business at the 29.
Closed captioning brought to you by SA Recycling. Cleaner communities, stronger future.
Put it right at the 30, and Spencer moves into the backfield with Robertson. They hand it to him. Spencer grabbed right as he got across the line. Scrimmage, not much doing there. Brandon Eli in to make the stop for the Bobcats after Spencer gets about 3.
I think Jeff was thinking, we got him warmed up on the punt return. Let's give him the ball again.
Never a bad play call. So 2nd and 7. Spencer motions out. Look his way. Now he comes back in, and he's able to grab that one in. Spencer going to move it inside the Coca-Cola red zone. A 1st down to the 18-yard line.
He dropped one in his bread basket earlier tonight in the end zone. This one, he plays hero. That's a really great catch, and he keeps his momentum going forward. That's the little stuff that he does. He's got to reach back for that ball, but it really does not slow down his momentum. That gifted an athlete.
Jermaine Bush able to wrap him up. A new set of downs. Now it's P.J. Brown on the right side, and Brown will get 3. Not a lot of room there. Eli again in to help on the tackle for the Bobcats. And now Cy Bird comes back in the tight end spot. We've got a Bobcat down on the play. That's Eli who was in on that tackle. Maybe just have to set out a play, hopefully. Makes it over to the Theodore sideline. Second down coming up for Roberts and crew.
Eli, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, just the decision-making of Jamison Roberts in the games we've seen this year has been so impressive for...
Kind of night and day since week 1.
Yep, the junior quarterback. They go right back to Brown. Brown will cut in, but brought down again. Kai Parker Crawford, who's having a great season at linebacker for the Bobcats, able to make the tackle there, and he'll bring up third down.
He's doing the sideline thing right there. Probably saves a touchdown. Third and short.
P.J. Brown. It brings up a Saraland. Third down.
Third and about 3 here for the Spartans. They'll put Deshaun Spencer to the top of the screen, single coverage up there. And play clock was down at 1, and Jeff Kelly will take a timeout.
Bench. First timeout for the head.
I'm Connor Copeland, future third-generation owner of Pack AC Service.
Saraland takes
Since
their
1986, my family has built a
timeout, so we'll take it with them here. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Spartans. They're down deep in Theodore territory here on Friday Night Rivals. So Saraland gets a touchdown there. Jakari Harris, they bring the linebacker over in those goal line and red zone situations. He comes over and he's able to punch that one in after Roberts converted on the 3rd down and got it down to the 1-yard line. And Harris punched it in for the touchdown. And now Saraland with the 24-7 lead here in the second quarter. And he kind of feels like the vice is tightening already here in the first half, Dan Brennan.
You know, it's interesting the way that Jeff Kelly's he's depending more on Roberts, the quarterback, on the ground at this point of the season. He really trusts him, and Roberts has got a great idea of the way this whole offense works.
Some trouble, ball bouncing around. Cunningham able to finally get it up to about the 27-yard line. We're down to 4:17 to go in the second quarter. And Theodore got the ball first to start the game. They scored just a little over a minute on their opening drive, and since then it's been 24 straight.
Yep, and you know what that means. Saraland will get it to start the second half. That's the risk you run. And despite the fact that Theodore's done a lot of good things, Saraland has gotten loose here. 24 straight points, taking over the game.
Sean Overton gives this one off. Beckham met and dropped back. Ayende Pugh is there, and he's now got 10 tackles for loss on the season. And Pugh read this one the whole way. And returning starters from last year's team.
Theodore just has not really shown any life of a passing game at all, and that's really hampered him, don't you think?
Yep.
Not balanced on offense so far tonight.
Overton looking over. Tony Vance, the offensive coordinator for this Bobcat team. They snap it with 2, and they go design run for Overton, who turns the corner up the near side. He bumped out of bounds at around midfield, and a good gain there on that one. 22-yard line. Boy, you like the decisiveness for Overton there. Just tuck it and head upfield.
And twice we've seen Overton get the edge, surprisingly, against this Saraland defense. One for a long touchdown. So they've now run it for about 130 yards, and they've only passed it for 3.
Yeah, the passing game has not worked. And now they're up at midfield.
Abel over the A-gap. That's been effective much of the night.
Overton to roll out to the right side, and he sneaks through one tackle, and he'll get a gain of about 1 before Quinterio Scott, the junior, brings him down, and a gain of just 1. Second and 9 here.
You want this drive to be run well enough you don't have to give the ball back to Saraland, not without a touchdown or a score on your side if you're Theodore. That's the best case scenario, getting a score before the half, regaining some of that momentum.
3 minutes to go here in the first half. Overton now, as Nobles is there, penalty flag, and he has to throw that one up. That was not what Overton was expecting. He turned around, and the only person near him was L.J. Nobles, the senior. A flag behind the line of scrimmage up toward the Theodore sideline, but that was a broken play from the start.
Well, Nobles just seems to be dominating on the line of scrimmage, penetrating whatever he wants.
George Warsham looking over to see what Jeff Kelly wants to do with this penalty.
There's a lot of discussion before the mic goes hot. Not exactly sure why.
So now they drop the flag. They move it back to the 44.
That might be the infraction where the a hold occurred, maybe.
They have 2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. Illegal formation on the offense. That penalty is declined. Intentional grounding.
Oh, wow.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty, lost it down.
Okay, well, there was a lot to sort out there.
Third and 21. See, Overton got the throw off with Nobles there. Now 3rd and 21. Overton strong arms this one up the far side. He's able to get it well short of the first down as Chris Cunningham had nowhere to go. And 4th and 12.
Pass complete to Cunningham. Brought down by Demarion Dumplin.
Saraland has 2 timeouts
Saraland.
remaining here. And
we've also got a punt returner named Deshaun Spencer. So
yep, Saraland takes their timeout. Here they'll have 1 remaining with 2:22. Cunningham, to Dan's point there, just not been able to get the passing game going. And again, we talk so much about Spencer in this offense and Robertson, but this defense so salty, giving up just 5.9 points a game. Hey, stay tuned at the end of tonight's game. We'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA. 17-7, McGill leads Spanish Fort at the half. Williamson leads LaFleur 14-0 at the half. Mary G over Davidson 35-0. Daphne 34-3 over Robertsdale 17-7. Baker leads Fairhope. That 7A battle out in West Mobile. Again, that's for the number 2 seed in the playoffs. And the winner of that game does not have to bus on Thursday, spend the night in Huntsville, and then come all the way back. Hopefully after a win, you get to play at home. Anderson, good high kick. Spencer will take this one at the 17. Spencer up to cross the 30, now the 40 midfield, and he'll be brought down by his jersey on his sideline here, but all the way up to the 47, making the 47-yard line is where they'll mark him out of bounds. And again, great field position for the Spartans, who have scored 24 unanswered.
Yeah, not seen it in the box score, but what does he have in punt returns tonight? I would say somewhere around 60 yards on 2 of those returns.
Well, now about 58 because they just moved it back to the 50. So that's lost a couple on,
okay.
On that. So, but yeah, no, he's always dangerous.
Slants, screens,
handoffs,
fake screens to him when you send the tight end long. We've seen that tonight.
You know, you're going to Duke. You're multifaceted. You're good in drama and everything else.
Yeah, the sciences.
Yep. And now Roberts with pressure coming in the middle of the field was looking for Bird and triple coverage there. And boy, if he'd have been able to look a little more time to his right, he might have had Spencer open down the sidelines.
Yeah, he was rushed and hit there. Roberts. Sometimes Theodore comes with this kind of 3 safety look. I think that's maybe what they were in there.
Is that good on the average? We complete 7 and you got 155 yards. Yeah, that's
yeah. You know, I'm not going to do so. I'm not going to do the math for you, but yeah, that's good.
Over 1,700 yards on the year. Fires this one out of the backfield to guess who? Spencer. And Spencer steps out of bounds and a late flag at the end of that play. Now there's 2 flags.
Man,
there.
There's a flag on the play.
Andy Diaz really spelled it out very succinctly to what she said. When you have a student athlete who qualifies to get in Duke, it's rare that we find one with this kind of athletic ability.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
He said that simply nationwide, it's a small number.
Yeah, but it's a small number of players like a Deshaun Spencer.
Period.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then.
And he kind of feels like it's a small number on Deshaun Spencer, and not everybody realized it in the moment like they did.
Yep.
Getting him to committing to him getting to commit to them. And now he says there probably are a lot of schools that are like, whoops, we might have missed on this kid.
A lot of them playing catch up, trying to.
That's why he's here tonight.
2nd and 20. Roberts able to get this one off and complete to Eddie Turner, who broke the tackle. Turner inside the 40, 30, 20. Eddie Turner inside the 10, 5, and down to the 2. 58 yards.
Oh, man.
The sophomore Eddie Turner with his 14th catch of the year.
Shows good speed.
Had so many weapons.
Man.
Turner with the long stride there and was lunging, but it's down at the 2. And how they bring the big package in again. And just like that, minute 39 to go. And Saraland looking to make this one 31 unanswered. Jakari Harris gets the handoff and he bangs on the right side and won't get in this time. And now Nobles with some pushing and shoving with Parker at the end of that play, but we'll bring up 2nd and goal in the Coca-Cola red zone here. And like we said, you got Saraland who will get the ball first to start the second half, and they are a yard away from making this a 31 pending a PAT. 7 score. Roberts going to keep it himself. Roberts on the right side, and it's going to be stopped, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and goal.
A lot of pride on that Saraland team. Nice job bottling up Roberts. That's a big guy to get to the ground.
Yeah, Theodore's defense makes the big stop again there, and now 3rd and goal. Saraland has 1 timeout remaining. Now they're just going to go a little tush push action. The Sparty sneak in for the score. Roberts with his 2nd of the night. And 30 unanswered. Another ArcelorMittal Calvert touchdown. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. And he felt good at the end of the first quarter for Theodore. It's 10-7.
Yeah.
And now it's not.
Yeah, now it's not. And you kind of did your job in the first quarter. You just kind of hold off that wave of momentum, but now Saraland also will get it to start the second half. This could get messy. Maybe it already has.
31-7, Jeff Kelly and Jamison Roberts. LJ Nobles pushing from the back.
You've seen Nobles push hard on the defensive line, and now he does it from behind the quarterback. A push is a push.
And Saraland just doing Sparty things, right?
Yep.
44-0 UMS leads Faith Academy. St. Paul's and Blunt going tonight. No score there. Liger leads BC Rain 15-6. There's got to be a little just physical and emotional toll that on each one of those teams, Viger and Williamson carrying over into tonight's game. How could it not, right?
Wow. What we saw last week, and maybe you saw it too on UTV 44, that was just an incredible game with well-coached physical teams that had a lot of emotion in that game.
Overtime, Williamson able to get the win. Little to kick off. This one to the middle of the field, and this time able to pick that one up. Colin Allen, and Allen shut down there on special teams, and that will DJ McLaughlin able to make the stop there, and that'll bring out the Theodore offense. 5 plays, 50 yards, minute 48 seconds before the touchdown by Roberts.
You really don't see Theodore the ability to do any kind of quick strike here. And I'll tell you what, one reason in particular is not the offensive skill players. It's the defensive line from Saraland putting a lot of pressure. And there you get it. Looks like there's another penalty on the kick return as well.
So it's going to back him up and Steve Mask not happy with the official over on the far side. I didn't even hear the call, but it brings them all the way back inside the 10. And
well, now you really have little chance to get anything going now.
Just take a knee here. And
yeah, you just got to take a knee
regroup, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, 13 seconds. There's nothing going on here.
Overton will just take the knee, and that will bring the
At the end of the
first half
is Saraland.
to a close, 31 unanswered by the Spartans. Yeah, maybe a bit of a shaky start, Jeff Kelly might have said, but they rallied nicely to put up 31 straight and have the big lead, and looks like a third straight region championship is within grasp for the Spartans. Another half of football to go as we wait for Jeff Kelly to join us here at the half. Can you hear me there, Coach?
Got you, Jim.
All right. Hey, Coach, a quick start by Theodore, got on top 7-0, and then your team responded with 31 straight. But I thought really your defense, easy to talk about the offense a lot, but your defense really seemed to step it up there after that opening drive.
Man, what a start by Theodore. You know, that's something that they've always been a fast-starting team right there. We knew they were going to come out and be excited, be physical. We needed to weather the storm right there. I thought the best thing we did, you know, is we answered the next drive. We were able to take it down there and match their score, make it a 0-0 game after that. And then we just, you know, we settled down and did a better job against their run game. And, you know, so we'll just keep playing. There's a lot of ball game left to play. And, you know, this is a great playoff atmosphere. A lot of respect for Coach Mask and Theodore. They'll give us their best shot in the second half. We got to be ready.
All right, I'm sure we'll see that best out of you and them as well. Thank you, Coach. I'll let you get with your team as Saraland has the lead 31-7 at the half. Impressive first half for the Spartans. They answer back in the drive, as Jeff Kelly said, and in control of this one, it appears 31-7 at the break. Friday Night Rivals here tonight in Saraland. Spartans on top big at the half in front of their home fans.
Friday Night Rivals Educator Spotlight is sponsored by UJ Chevrolet, serving Mobile since 1939.
We need to find her. You're out. You might have a job interview.
My next interview.
Yeehaw.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it says Norwood, I got to get a Norwood. I play by the rules.
There we go.
Hey, easily by the half, we've got Saraland on top. And speaking of Saraland athletics, Amanda Niehoff.
Yes, sir.
And also Drew Powell. They're the respective women's and boys basketball coach here at Saraland High School. Getting ready for the season. How far are you away from tipping it off?
So we started our first week of practice this week, and then we tip off at November 6th. Our administration is allowing us to do an in-school game. So our first season for the 2025-2026 will be at 1 p.m. at our place.
Oh, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Yeah. Afternoon, you got the crowd already there?
Absolutely. The students fill up the bleachers. Yeah. They're loud. It's a great environment. Our girls love it. And
I've been to a few of those games. Those are a lot of fun. Coach, how's the boy team look right now? And what are you concentrating on in practice?
Yeah, we're really excited about the season coming up. You know, the guys played well this fall. We had a good fall league, and we've got a good group of good core group right now. Of course, we'll add a few more, hopefully in December, off the gridiron, and just really excited about the upcoming season.
How big is that influx of football players for your basketball team, not just in terms of talent, but I would imagine that the football players bring a little bit of an attitude with them too.
Yeah, they do. They bring a toughness mentality, the winning mentality. We've got about four guys on varsity that we'll be waiting on, but you know, I feel like that's the icing on the cake. I feel like we've got a really solid cake that we'll go into the season with and play about 30% of our games with, to be honest with you, if these guys keep winning like they have been.
Got a little free time. I'll come up and watch you guys.
Come on, help us out.
Tell me about your team as well.
So just like Powell, I'll be missing quite a few of my players. Our varsity volleyball team just qualified for a state championship playoff in Birmingham. So I'll be missing 3 of my varsity players. I've got 8 varsity players right now, 9 JV. And we graduated 3 last year, but we've got 8 juniors and a sophomore ready to go, and they're doing phenomenal. So
well, best of luck to both of you guys. You will turn around one day and you'll see me in the bleachers. Might be that 1 o'clock tip-off. I might come up for that.
It'll be fun.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Sit beside us. Come on.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it a lot.
Appreciate it.
You got it.
How you doing? How you doing?
Kendall Goodwin with Theodore as the assistant principal.
Yes, sir.
Longtime friend. How you been, Coach?
I've been well. Everything's going good right now. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We got a lot of great things right now currently going on at Theodore High School. Our boss program is growing. It's in year 2 right now for our 9th graders, tracking them, and they're now sophomores. We want to continue for those students to go ahead and have opportunity to get better and better and grow in that program. Our signature academy, also engineering right now, doing a whole lot with 3D printing. They're doing a lot of great things, and also we want to talk about logistics. This is year 2 for the program. We currently right now got partnership with the Port of Mobile and also different terminals in Mobile, and we want students to go ahead and learn and get more credentials in that field and continue to grow. So we're definitely excited, and we're excited about our Do It Rodent program right now.
So Theodore is a big enough high school. This is actually going to have an impact on the job market, I would think.
Yes, right now, the program right now for logistics is growing in Mobile County. It's getting bigger and bigger, so we want to make sure we tap into that sector for our students, give them opportunity to grow in that field. So we're definitely excited, and we got a lot of great things right now going on at Theodore High School.
Talk about, again, the dual enrollment, exactly what that means.
Yes, right now, dual enrollment, it's basically an opportunity for students can come in high school and earn college credits. We want to continue that program to grow. Right now, we have at least almost 20+ classes being offered with online classes and also face-to-face classes, and we continue to grow. And as kids can come in and get college credits and go ahead now and get high school credit, but also earn those credits for college and save money when it's time to go to college. So
that's an amazing opportunity to actually build college credit while you're still on campus at Theodore High School.
Yes, sir. So definitely it's a great program. We continue to grow it, and we're just excited, and like a lot of great things going on at Theodore High School right now.
Always good to see you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Same here, Coach. I see you now.
You got it. We are in Saraland. Sparty with the lead, 31-7 over Theodore. And we'll be back with the second half very soon.
The following segment is sponsored by Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola.
Well, Coca-Cola United again is so excited to partner with Dr. Pepper and partner with you guys being able to bring this game back to the community. But from the start, Mr. Bellingraf started Coca-Cola here in Mobile, the franchise, in 1902, and a lot of people don't know that. They don't connect the two. But he actually ran this facility to finance Bellingraf Gardens that he started up to give back to the community, to be involved. He ran it as a nonprofit organization to be able to finance that, and that's just in our DNA. That's how we started.
A lot of impressive numbers by Saraland. That first half, they lead 31-7. Let's take a look at how each team has got to this point where they're playing for the region championship here tonight. Theodore came in just 2 losses, both of those coming to 7A teams. They kind of lost in weird fashion that first week 1 to Baker. They had the lead late, and there was a turnover, kickoff return, but then they went on.
Could have easily won that game
for sure. Then they went on a roll, had the big one against St. Paul's, 42-41. That big win at Spanish Fort, bouncing back. That game was on Friday Night Rivals here after Baker kind of helped spring them along. Then they lost to Fairhope, beat Murphy. They're off an impressive win last night, last week up 20-0 at the half over Gulf Shores, won 20-14. Saraland tonight, then they'll close things out with Blunt next week. And you look at what Saraland has done all season long, they've been impressive. They opened up the year on UTV 44 with a 17-6 win over Jackson, and then they've just been rolling. You see 14 points. It's the most they've given up all year, and that was to Gulf Shores. They shut out Blunt, really dominated Spanish Fort 54-7.
We were there.
Yep, 43-10, 28-0, and only had the ball 6 times against Baldwin County, scored 4 of those. Then they just totally as much dominated St. Paul's in the first half, running clock all in the second half, and then beat Murphy last week 55-0. And here tonight against Theodore, if they win their 3rd straight region championship. You might have heard the game is canceled next week they're against Carver Montgomery. That story might have got out.
I know. I don't know how much we'll get into it. It's pretty disappointing the way that all went down, and Jeff Kelly not real pleased with it. He's just trying to kind of bite his lip and move on.
Yep. So Carver Montgomery decided they did not want to play that game, so no final game for Saraland next week. So they'll have a rest week to get ready for being a number 1 seed and a home game here to open things up in the playoffs. If they hold on to get the victory here tonight, even if something catastrophic were to happen, they would still have a home game in the playoffs. So 31-7 our score here at the half. Saraland and Theodore, as we do every week at halftime, we're able to highlight some of our Scholastic athletes of the week. And our Scholastic athletes of the week are always brought to you by Andrews Diesel and Automotive. And let's find out who those 2 representatives are this week here on Friday Night Rivals.
Hi, I'm Andrew Zimmerman from Andrews Diesel and Automotive Repair. We're proud to be the sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This week's Scholar Athletes are Krishan Overton of Theodore High School and Jordan Lewis of Saraland High School. On the field, Krishan is a proud member of Theodore's football and track and field teams. He was also a member of Theodore's basketball team during his freshman and sophomore years. In the classroom, Krishan has a 4.0 GPA and is ranked 29th out of 268 in his class. He's a member of the National Honor Society and is also a member of the 100 Black Men of Mobile organization. Krishan plans to attend Huntington College and study engineering. Back on the field, Jordan Lewis is a member of Saraland High School's soccer and swim teams. In 2024, he was named the Saraland soccer team MVP, was in the All-County Soccer Selection, and was nominated to the North-South All-Star Game. He also qualified for sectionals as a member of Saraland's swim team and was named the 2025 Swimmer of the Year by the Oakwood Swim Club. In the classroom, Jordan is ranked 7th in his class and has a weighted GPA of 4.5 and an unweighted GPA of 4.0. He's a part of several academic organizations, including the National Honor Society, Technology Student Association, and is taking multiple AP courses. Jordan plans to attend the University of South Alabama and major in chemical engineering. Congratulations, Krishan Overton and Jordan Lewis. The Friday Night Rivals Scholar Athlete is sponsored by Andrews Diesel and Automotive Repair.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Kelly got to quit celebrating and get back ready for a 4th down play.
Yeah, they were trying to set up a hook and ladder, but he didn't have time. They got the board. They got the board. That's going to be, Joe, that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Jalen Boyd. Inside the 10. What a touchdown. What a play. What in the world? Westwood with a touchdown on a hope and the prayer is answered.
Beachy, can he get the corner turn? He does. Here's that speed. And he's still on his feet. To the 20. Stiff arm. To the end zone. Touchdown.
Pump fake. Throws. Goes deep. And what a catch on the far side. Oh, what a catch by Oriuso. They will call it.
Heavy pressure. Throws it downfield to the middle of the field. What a catch coming up and grabbing the ball. Maddox.
55-yard field goal from the left hash. The kick is up, and it's gone at the buzzer. Bryant is the hero for the Buccaneers. And the Hoover Met goes haywire. Wow. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Jim Cox, Dan Brennan here in Saraland. 31-7 Saraland on top. Steve Mask, head coach at Theodore, said, we got to survive the first quarter.
They did.
They did more than that. They jumped out 7-0. Not so much since then.
Yeah, 10-7, and then it just kept rolling. Yep. 31 straight points in the end for Saraland in the first half, and they are dominating on their way to what looks like a region championship tonight.
Yeah, and what do you say? Like, if you're Steve Mask, what are you saying in there right now?
Well, you say play-by-play, series by series. Saraland gets the ball first, got to stop them.
Yep.
Get the ball back, establish our offense, and probably got to protect the quarterback a little bit to get something downfield.
Yep, Jeff Kelly said he thought the biggest part of that first quarter was how they answered right back to the touchdowns. Take a look at the highlights. It was Kendrick Abel, got things going on that drive, and then Overton takes this one in, and we're a minute in this game, and it's 7-0. But here's the drive that answering right back. Up top, able to go to A.J. Martin, and Martin gets that one, and Roberts takes it in for his first, what would be 2 rushing touchdowns in the first half. Then the very next series, here's where things kind of went a little sideways too. Turnover, unforced error by Theodore. Saraland gets it right back. And Roberts, again, he's got Deshaun Spencer that he looks to a lot. But he also has gone to A.J. Martin. Got a third down that set up the 28-yard field goal by Landon Birchfield. That was 10-7. And Saraland's defense then kind of came alive here, getting some pressure on Overton. That was a holding call, and Blair Evans with the sack. And then this is the play of the first half. Roberts goes to Cy Bird, the tight end, all alone. Deshaun Spencer, the Duke commit, sold the play fake on that one, and Bird goes in for the touchdown. And then Roberts comes to Spencer this time, and Spencer cuts it inside. And then Jakari Harris comes over in the goal line situation, gets his first rushing touchdown of the year, and then nice play here by Eddie Turner, the sophomore. And Dan talked about his speed, and takes this one all the way down to the 2 for a 58-yard gain. And then Jamison Roberts with his second touchdown on the ground of the night.
His tush was pushed.
Yep, and that is where we're at, 31-7, and now Saraland will get it back to open things up in the second half. Hernandez with a strong kick sends that one over the head of everyone. Did it make it into the end zone? No, it bounced out of bounds at the 1. Wow.
That means you're going to get set up at the 35, right?
Yeah. Does it look like that was going to be, it was a great kick. He put it over P.J. Brown's head. And hustling back there was George Warshman. Actually, he was right at the pylon, but bounced out of bounds, so Saraland gets it at the 35.
Illegal kick out of bounds. Ball will be placed at the 35.
Their first half stats, just nothing doing. 6 yards passing for Theodore and 129 yards on the ground, but Saraland,
more balanced.
Yep, 212 through the air and 62 yards on the ground, and their offense comes out here again, and Spencer in motion, and they give it to him, and Spencer wrestled down at about the 42-yard line, but a flag, and I think it's going to be a holding call, judging by the body language of the Spartans. Aaron Johnson looked like he was maybe pleading his case. Oh, now it's going to be unsportsmanlike against both.
After the play, unsportsmanlike, that's 51. After the play, unsportsmanlike on the defense. Yardage will offset, second down.
So the play will stand as it was after the whistle, and Spencer got 7 on first down. And Steve Mask didn't like the call. Jeff Kelly didn't like the call.
Yeah,
Aaron Johnson didn't like the call.
Exactly. One of those flagged wasn't crazy about the call. Total of looks like 10 penalties so far, including those 2.
So over the middle, they go to Bird again, and Bird up to the 30, and it's another Roof Doctors first down. Boys become more of a weapon here in the second half of the season.
Here's how they weaponize him, Jim, on a play like that. As a tight end, a lot of your job is blocking. Yep. You kind of show like you're going to block, and then you just drift out. Suddenly you're wide open. Good athlete.
Picks up 29 on the play, and Saraland's got it at the 30. P.J. Brown on the right side, and Brown dives into the Coca-Cola red zone to about the 19-yard line. Good job on that right side of that Saraland line. Johnston and Law over there opening things up for P.J. Brown. But Brown's a nice change of pace back when you get Spencer carrying it, then you get to Brown, who's a little more north-south. Yeah. But also they got the great speed and shiftiness there as well.
A lot of speed on this team.
Looking to go up top. Spencer, speaking of speed, goes up and he hauls it in for the touchdown. Had Kevin Lucius one-on-one, and Roberts put it up and let his playmaker, the Duke commit, make the play, and he does just that, and it's another ArcelorMittal Calvert touchdown. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com, and Spencer goes up and hauls it in for the touchdown. His 13th touchdown reception on the year.
It's a point of pride for him having the Duke head coach in town for him tonight.
Birchfield's kick is good, and it's 38-7. Jeff Kelly and the Spartans close it in on their third straight region championship and another perfect season. Spencer with the touchdown. Sparty rolling.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Dr. Pepper with the Coca-Cola Red Zone, the Mobile County Sheriff's Department. Join Team Sheriff today. And Greer's Markets. Greer's got it. We guarantee it.
38-7, Saraland picked up right in the third quarter where they left off, right at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, that's the risk you take, taking that ball first, but it actually worked out for Theodore on that first drive, scoring and taking the lead. It just builds on Saraland's momentum since that moment.
Garrison Little to kick off. Bounds this one on the ground and taken by Beckham, and Beckham out across the 40. And Saraland, again, that 37 straight home wins, 24 straight region wins. Last time they lost a region game was to this Theodore team down there in Theodore on October 21st of 2022.
Wow, that long ago.
Yeah.
2022.
And then Saraland beat them in the semis, and Saraland won the state championship that year. You kind of just felt whoever was going to win Theodore or Spanish Ford, whoever won that game was going to win the state championship, and that was the case.
Way it went.
Abel, for a couple, Theodore talked about their passing woes in the first half, and 10 minutes to go. You wouldn't expect him to try to start slinging it around much here in the second half. Now down 38-7, right?
You got to run your offense, and then throwing is part of it. Let's just keep an eye and see if they have success running it. That's one thing. But if you don't have success running it,
Evans over there on the tackle, and 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Spartans. I should say for the Bobcats.
Let's see if they try to get Overton on the corner.
Yep.
Quarterback on the run. He's done a good job with some of that action tonight.
If you didn't watch the whole halftime show, first, shame on you, but Overton, as Dan suggests, there is a flag, and Overton going to have the first down temporarily, but Overton, our Scholastic Athlete of the Week, member of the National Honor Society, both quarterbacks members of the National Honor Society.
Yeah.
And Overton going to study both Dan and I's old major in college, engineering.
Engineering up in Huntington
Illegal
College.
formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
You got the first down.
You got the first down. You did it with a quarterback power. Something simple. You were only 3 yards to go, and now here we go again.
So maybe not covered up maybe on the end of the line there. So now you're 3rd and 9 after the penalty.
This crew doesn't miss much when it comes to penalties.
Overton, pressure coming. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down. Nowhere to go. Demarin Dunklin comes up with the sack, and they bring him all the way back to the 30.
As if Sparty wasn't having enough fortune with their front line, they bring a linebacker on this one, maybe 2. And there was nowhere to go for Overton.
2.5 sacks on the season now for Dunklin, one of the returning starters on this team at the linebacker crew. They bring back 3 returning starters, and they played really well all season. And now Hernandez on to punt with the pressure coming. Hernandez a good job to get it off and chases Spencer all the way back to the 26, and he'll be dropped right there as he crosses the 30. Good job by Beckham on the coverage, and got a Spartan. As you look at the night and the season Spencer's having so far, you got a Spartan. How's that? I respect that. I thought maybe might have been Wardrick Jones who was coming in on the. He's got 1 block punt on the year. And so we'll go to break. 38-7 Saraland on top here at home on Friday Night Rivals. So that's pretty good sign, but not much weight on that left leg for Wardrick Jones.
I think his nickname is Ward.
Yeah, he's.
Boy, that's no pressure at all at this point.
Yes, strong safety in this team. Plays great on special teams, and he was the one who put the pressure on there.
Leads them in interceptions with 2.
Yep. Yeah, that's a hopefully he can rest whatever that ailment is tonight. Off week next week. And get ready for
the playoffs.
Ready for the postseason. Jeff Kelly and Steve Mask both out there. Coach Mask kind of put his arm around Coach Kelly while they were looking at Jones while he was down. And Saraland's offense back out here with.
He whispered to Jeff, "You're not going to score some more, are you?"
Jamison Roberts with the inside give, and there's Keon Parker Crawford, who's played really well at linebacker, and you got a Saraland offensive lineman, Joseph Pasquill, who comes hobbling off after that. No gain on the play, and Gunnar Brannon, sophomore, will replace him.
This offensive line's played well for Saraland this year.
Yep. And Roberts has been decisive, made good decisions, got the ball out quick when he has to, and when he has time, he's going to take advantage of that as well. And now looking to zip this one over to Deshaun Spencer. It's broken up, good play. Able to get in there and get a hand on that one. I think was Lucius, and it was.
Yeah, Lucius has had the opportunity to follow this kid around a lot tonight.
He'll be happy when he goes to Duke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he'll be happy when the night is over, but he's actually done a pretty good job. Lucius, talented cornerback, and Theodore he's kind of man-upping with this team.
3rd and 10.
Mash just felt like if you were in a zone that Roberts was going to pick you apart, so he's got good athletes.
And he said can't give him a bunch of time to throw downfield either, and now pressure coming in. Roberts going to be hit and tries to get that one off. That's going to be intentional grounding, I would think, as Troy Burks was the first one in. And Roberts didn't have a chance on that one. But so just saw Pasquill had just come out at that left guard spot.
That might have played a role.
On the offense. Lost it down. 4th down.
He was back in there for that play, and so the rare 3 and out. But Roberts just didn't have no shot on that one.
Yeah, busted play from the start.
And Blair Evans will come on to punt for the 2nd time. If you're the Saraland punter, you don't get a lot of attention thrown your way.
No, you have to enjoy those practice reps, I think.
Well, Evans gets his name called a lot on defense, so that makes up for it. But he does have a huge leg and pressure coming, and that one goes straight up in the air, not very deep, and depending on the bounce, it does take a Saraland bounce. Theodore will have good field position around the 45. But the pressure coming made Evans have to get that one off a little quicker than he wanted, and it went more up than out.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Andrews Diesel and Automotive, proud sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete of the Week. McMurphy Orthodontics will make you want to smile. And Roof Doctors. Got a sick roof? Call the doctor. Roof Doctors.
.38-7 our score here. Theodore gets it back. Overton fires that one, tipped twice and incomplete. McGill, 38-14 over Spanish Fort. 6A region battle here.
So we were being schooled about how all this goes down. McGill is not simply in because they win tonight. They've also got to have something happen for them.
And you got Spanish Fort St. Paul's next week, and that's going to be very interesting to see.
It can be St. Paul's to win that game. No, I don't know.
There's going to be a tiebreaker. Non-region wins, and Saraland's defense continues to shine as Pugh, linebacker, comes up, make the stop. Yeah, so if St. Paul's ends up, they're going to have the tiebreaker, the non-region win over UMS, which is going to get you probably 8 points. McGill is not having any non-region wins. Yeah, it's shake it all out on
McGill
Friday night.
started at 1-4, and down the stretch they've beaten handily St. Paul's and Spanish Fort.
Overton not on the same page with his receiver there, and overthrows him, and that'll bring up 4th and 10. Yeah, schedule change for us next week as well. We were supposed to do the Spanish Fort St. Paul's game, but that game got moved up to a Thursday night game. Almost everybody is playing on Thursday night, and we will have Friday night rivals as we go to Wrigley on the Eastern Shore, right?
I love it. Bayside Academy, good team.
Against Tuscaloosa Academy. Bayside trying to beat T.R. Miller tonight to win their region.
They're having a great year.
And so we'll be just around the corner from Old Town Daphne next week. Low snap, and Hernandez got another good kickoff. This will go to about the 20, about right at the 20-yard line. So 5:15 remaining in the third. All Saraland. So we'll take a timeout and come back and see Saraland get the football back here. Spartans looking to stay perfect on the season, and here on Friday Night Rivals from Spartan Stadium.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by UJ Chevrolet, serving Mobile since 1939. ArcelorMittal Calvert. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. And the United States Coast Guard. Protect, defend, save. Online at GoCoastGuard.com.
Jim Cox, Stan Brennan, 38-7. Saraland controlling this one over Theodore. Getting some scores here about Blunt leading St. Paul's, which would be a shocker. And a penalty flag in this game is not a shocker.
No, it's not.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
They may be substituting a little bit with this big lead.
First and 15, back to the 15. From Jamison Roberts and the Spartans.
Considering Noble's back in the game on offense.
He comes in at that H-back, fullback spot. Roberts rolling to the right side with pressure, just trying to get away from it. And J.J. Bush is able to outrun him to the sideline, and we've not called Bush's name much at all.
No.
Here tonight, had a big, on that second drive, had a big stop on third down to come up with a tackle on Spencer, but we haven't called his name much, and they haven't really been in a position to utilize him on offense. As you look at Roberts, what he's doing here tonight, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, Roberts has been really good. You can see he can handle his offense.
Yeah, 2 passing, 2 rushing, 4 touchdowns of the night for the Coca-Cola player of the game. Oh, I shouldn't say who's going to be our player of the game. Sorry, we got a lot of time left, right? Second down, Roberts now wants to go up top on the far side, and it's incomplete as he was looking for Spencer at the 40. Good coverage.
Got Lucius again?
I think they went the other side. Might have been Rouser back there in coverage. Good shot by our camera. No, it was Juju McDonald, the other
McDonald.
corner. Yep.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it was the safety who's over there, but McDonald.
Done a pretty good job on Deshaun tonight.
When he's been lined up, especially on that side of the field, on the far side, he's had more luck. 3rd and 7. They put Spencer in the backfield. Roberts pivots out, wide open. Oh, had Bird, and I don't think Bird was looking for the pass.
Yeah. Bird got loose again, the tight end, and Roberts, I'm not sure
okay, so
who was at fault there, Jim.
Yeah, these back-to-back 3 and outs here. Jeff Kelly, he's not going to enjoy those on film breakdown after this one.
No, neither does Roberts. You can tell. He's come a long way this year.
Talk about this after the punt and just how impressive what Saraland continues to do up here. Evans, the boomer of a punt, fair catch called for at the 36-yard line.
Fair catch by Theodore Christopher Cunningham. Theodore takes over first down.
Might be the Spartan Dancers. I'm not sure, but anyway, Friday Night Rivals Smile Cam. There you go. Sponsored by McMurphy Orthodontics. Will make you want to smile. Now they know. They see themselves on the scoreboard.
I've been to drive-in theaters with smaller screens. Right up the middle. Abel to the 40, 35. They're going to mark him down at the 41.
That's what we saw in the first period. Abel right up the middle.
26 yards.
Punishing people.
They go back to him. And Pat Buford in there to make the stop.
If you're Saraland, you can really give it everything you got because, and I'm just talking about effort with the players that have remained in there because you got next week off now. It's unfortunate, but that's the fact.
2nd and 8 for the Bobcats as we're down to 2.5 to go here in the 3rd, and Overton make sure the line hears the play from the sidelines, and they go back to Abel, and Abel straight ahead, and Abel is going to have a Roof Doctor's first down all the way down to the 20-yard line. So pick up 21 on that one.
Abel had his coming out party with us anyway against Spanish Fort. He had a great game in that one.
He's just a junior. Over 1,000 yards. Eclipsed that mark
tonight
in the first quarter in tonight's game. Now pressure coming in. Ball comes loose, scooped up as Buford came in and knocked it free, and then Demarin Dunklin picks it up for the Spartans. Will he get in? He's going to be brought down inside the 10. Great hustle all the way down there by Krishan Overton.
Boy, that was great
to prevent
hustle by
the tussle.
Overton. Man.
There's a flag all the way back at the 30.
Dunklin, good speed.
Are they going to call roughing the passer on this, maybe? Pat Buford came in and put the big hit on.
Yeah.
Knocked it loose. But it's coming back. Dunklin's like, all that way? And it's not going to count?
Yeah. That means nothing, young man.
Could have been his
Come on back, play some defense.
Second fumble recovery.
Personal foul. Face mask. On the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
All right. It was a face mask that helped get that ball loose.
Yeah, it was Buford who jumped. Let's see if when he goes up. Let's watch here. I don't think he got him on the face. Did he get him on the face
Might
mask?
get him on part of the helmet. Not quite sure. Tough call.
Yeah, now down just outside the 10, and Abel trying to spin free, and he was caught down low by Keani Snipes. Nowhere to go, so it'll bring up second down after the Roof Doctors first down.
Abel just leaves bodies all over the field when he gets done running.
Saraland's only given up more than one touchdown once this year. That was to Gulf Shores.
Week 3, that was way back, right?
I bet their defense knows that too, right?
I bet.
Inside a minute to go in the third. Bouncing snap. Overton wasn't ready for it, and flag.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Penalties are really going to not make Steve Mask happy tonight, especially the pre-snap infractions.
Yeah, we've had a lot of those. Both teams, really. See if you're going to get Overton on the edge again here. That's
exactly what they do. Overton pursued. Slips through one tackle, but be down to about the 10-yard line. They are in the Coca-Cola red zone. That may be the last play here of the third quarter.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is exclusively sponsored by SA Recycling. Cleaner communities, stronger future.
So we are through 3 here in Saraland. Spartans 12 minutes away from their third straight region championship, and also to extend their winning streak at home to 38 games, make it 25 straight in the region. We'll have that all coming up when we start the fourth after this on Friday Night Live. Jim Cox and Dan Brennan here in Saraland, and the Spartans 12 minutes away from doing more celebrating. They're kind of used to it up here.
Yeah, they are. Another region title, it looks like, is within their grasp just about here. 12 minutes to go and a commanding lead over Theodore.
1,849 days and counting since they lost at home, and it looks like that streak going to continue on here as well as we start the fourth. Their 3rd and 9 for the Bobcats. Play clock down to 5. Overton barking it out. Going to have to hurry. Down to 2. Down to 1. Is Steve Mask going to have to take a timeout coming out of
offense. First time out of the half.
So the clock started. The clock shouldn't have started, right? We just came out of the quarter break.
Well, the play clock will start.
But the game clock is down to 11:33.
Okay.
So we'll take a break with them here as
Interesting.
We're ready to start the fourth again here on Friday Night Rivals.
A lot of smiles in Saraland tonight. Looks like they're going to win themselves another region title this evening against Theodore. And the Friday Night Smile Cam is sponsored by McMurphy Orthodontics. We make you want to smile.
All right, here we go, third down. Lumbering ahead, and Abel able to get in for the touchdown. Kendrick Abel for the touchdown on third and long. It would have been about a 3rd and 9, but was able to get more than the first down, able to get the touchdown there. That's an ArcelorMittal-Calvert touchdown. Apply now at ArcelorMittal-CalvertJobs.com. And Kendrick Abel had a nice night on the ground here for Theodore. Has been the bright spot.
He's big night. We'll get to his stats here in a minute. I don't know if he's smiling. He's more of the strong, silent type, but he's done a good job tonight. He's done his job.
Noah Anderson on for the PAT, makes it 38-14.
Abel off the left, breaks through that crease. Great at breaking tackles, giving you nothing to tackle, really.
Yeah, broke a tackle from Pugh, and he's usually real sure-handed on the defensive side with the tackles. And Abel, 11 touchdowns on the season. And coming up at the end of tonight's game, we will have our one-of-a-kind player of the game. And we'll have that in the post-game show as our friends from Dr. Pepper will present the championship belt down there. Then also at the end of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA. I think that stop of the game, you think about that fumble on the second drive after Theodore goes down, scores, Saraland matches, and then
suddenly Theodore gets it back to him near midfield.
17 carries, 140 yards tonight for Abel.
Yeah, and a touchdown.
High kick and just taking a knee back across the 15-yard line was P.J. Brown. And see if Saraland starts to make some substitutions.
Looks like it. Looks like a new squad coming in. Well, looks like Robert's still in at quarterback, though. Not going to make a change there.
Yeah, Spencer out there, and they've got Brown with him. And Brown is able to get away there from Eli. You were just talking about what Saraland and Jeff Kelly's done up here. If you go back to 2018, so we always talk about this 6A down here. It's like the SEC of high school football in the state. 6A Region 1 especially. If they win here tonight, 59-3 in this region since 2018. And this will be their fifth region championship in that time. And, you know, one thing you admire, like just when you're good all the time, like Saraland's really avoided like those just breakdowns where you have a team that says Spencer with a lot of speed across the 40 out to the 44, where you have those games you come out flat, you don't play well, you lose one you shouldn't lose. Like, they just avoided that up here.
They have avoided it. There were a lot of good teams in this region at one point. Blunt was good, and McGill was good, and they began to separate themselves when we got to maybe the 2019, 2020, where it was expected that they would win those games, and it's been a long time. Game against Theodore where they lost a region game, and before that I think it was Spanish Fort over here.
Yep. Ryan Williams and KJ Lacey, that helps.
They had a lot to do with it. KJ Lacey now at Texas. Ryan Williams, I don't have to tell you where he is.
Spencer up to the 45 yard line.
You think about that, Jim. You've got a good program, very good program, very good coaching, great commitment by the community, by the school. You got kids going to school, getting good grades, landing in colleges. Like American dreams come true.
Yeah.
And then you have a player like Ryan Williams and a quarterback like KJ Lacey, who I've concluded that's the best quarterback that I think I've seen in our 26 years.
I would agree.
So now you have everything you need, and that's what they had.
And Ryan Williams may have just been the best high school football player we've seen in 26 years.
I would.
And I know there's some recency bias, of course, but and you know, I had a concussion at Lad one game that hurt my.
That didn't play into it.
So, it's like Theodore may have come across
encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty.
But
second down.
But just also you got especially young kids, and you see it on Saturdays, you see it on Sundays. Teams are going, then all of a sudden they come out flat, they lose a game. You're young kids and you get patted on the back all the time, like, hey, you're doing great, doing great, and they've avoided that. Those letdown games here, if you will.
I think you have to look at coaching.
For sure.
You have to look at Jeff Kelly and the staff.
Well, and how about you have coaches here that have only been here for 4 or 5 years, and they hadn't lost but a handful of times either. And so it's the coaches got to keep the pedal to the metal.
Yep.
And sometimes it's easier said than done. Roberts.
And look at the change and the growth. Call it change. I'll call it growth in facilities.
Yeah.
The stadium came along maybe, I guess, back around 2000. I'm not even going to guess, 10, 12, whatever. The stadium, and they keep upgrading this place, and then all of the school and football and athletic facilities that surround it. It's like Manny Diaz was saying. Right. This place is impressive.
Yeah.
Head coach at Duke.
Yeah, we were saying, hey, you travel all around, see facilities and games all over the country. What do you think about this? This is so impressive to come here. He said everything about it.
Yep.
Now Saraland burning the play clock down and quitting this Theodore team. Brown nowhere to go on the left side there, and good sportsmanship by Eli helping Brown up.
The only caution I have in broadcasting Saraland games is this: people aren't staying close to them at this point. We thought maybe this year things would get a little different. Maybe teams will be able to stand up to them a little bit more, but maybe the region's down a little bit too. But if they've slipped, it's been by this much.
Yeah, and it's and I think they probably, I think these kids might have had a bit of that chip on their shoulder, like saying everybody around town saying, "Oh yeah, this is the year Saraland's gonna be a little down. Region's up for grabs.
We'll get you this year."
Yeah, how's that played out as they get ready to make room for another region championship here in Saraland?
Well, give Theodore credit; they're still scrapping out there.
Absolutely. But again, if you've ever watched Theodore football, not shocking in the slightest.
Well, Steve Maz was kind of overcome by the culture of football at Theodore when he took that job. Our first time that we go down there to talk with him in a game, he's like, these kids are almost maniacal about the game of football. And he was talking about maybe not having a spring game. They wouldn't have it. A lot of good players have come out of Theodore through the years.
Blunt leading St. Paul's. Last score we had was by 8. St. Paul's has lost 2 in a row. They lost to Saraland here on Friday Night Rivals 42-10, and then they got blown out by McGill last week 41-17. That was a surprising.
False start on the offense.
Sometimes in a game like
penalty,
that,
3rd down.
Scoreboard doesn't tell you everything, but this is saying a lot. Also, McGill's resounding win against Spanish Fort.
Yeah,
I mean, we haven't had McGill on this year. It turned out they started out 1-4. Looked like the right decision. Now they're playing their tails off, beating everybody that comes at them.
Penalty. Make it 3rd and 12 here, and Jeff Kelly just going to let this one run all the way down, then take a timeout. McGill beat Davidson, Blunt, and St. Paul's, and are on their way to a victory over Spanish Fort here tonight, and then next week they play Baldwin County, who they'll probably beat, so they'll end up the year with 5 straight wins. End up 6-4 on the season.
Yeah, really good year for McGill. Closed captioning tonight. If you've enjoyed that, you can thank SA Recycling. They're the exclusive sponsor of our closed captioning on Friday Night Rivals. SA Recycling, cleaner communities, stronger future.
Baker leads Fairhope 35-10. So it looks like Fairhope's going to end up 3rd in that region, and then you got to take that long bus trip up to play in the Huntsville region. Daphne was 60 on Robertsdale tonight. 2014 was the last score we have. Blunt over St. Paul's. I'm trying to get on the Twitterverse here and get a little better update. 28-21. Blunt leads St. Paul's with 2:35 left. 38-20. Spanish Fort trails McGill, and Saraland in control of this one on 3rd and 12. Roberts, who's thrown for 286 tonight. He's got 2 touchdown tosses, and he's rushed for 2 as well. Roberts rolls out, now comes back to Bird, the tight end, and Bird's going to have the first down and maybe more. And Bird inside the 30, first down. For the Spartans. And nice, what a weapon he is.
He is.
Roberts goes to the right side, then comes back to Bird, and the big size.
Yeah. Good size. Tight end, 6'2", 210.
Now Saraland will continue to run the clock down. They'll be able to snap this one with under 3 minutes to go.
How about their special weapon, too, their secret weapon, little Eddie Turner. Turned on the speed earlier tonight, number 7, wide receiver, sophomore.
Roberts hands it off to Brown, and Brown brought down there on the tackle by Crawford. Loss of 1, and Saraland now just trying to take all the clock down they can of this one, as it'll be about 2 minutes when they snap this one here. And that's, now they can make some substitutions, but Jeff Kelly was talking about the tremendous respect he has for Steve Mask at halftime, and you can see that here. Just happy to, they've no interest in scoring anymore if they don't have to, just want to keep the clock going. And
that's it. Well, I think when your goal is a state championship, Jeff's got 1, you've got to have a tremendous respect for Steve Mask, who's got multiple.
Yeah, won 4 at St. Paul's.
Yeah.
And so that'll do it for the starters. Jeff Kelly lets the play clock run all the way down, and now they're going to bring in some reserves to get some playing time here.
What do you think about the year? We've had some good games. Saraland, they haven't really contributed to that column because they've been just too good.
And it's just because of some crazy circumstances. We have to, pretty much have our schedule set in the middle of the summer and can't really change things during the year. And so like UMS, we didn't know what was UMS going to be like with a new coach and
new system.
Yeah, everything's changed there, and they've been impressive. We didn't know what this region was going to be like. Everybody was saying Saraland's going to be down a little bit. Well, that didn't prove to be the case in this region. And
I tell you what, Jeff Kelly, give him credit for the heads up in week 1. It's one reason we haven't done UMS right, because we would have normally done them against St. Paul's, but he turned us on to the game up in Jackson where he formerly coached. And that was a heck of an environment and a good game.
Roman Woods now in it, quarterback. Yulin Lee in there at the tailback, and he'll take the handoff and nowhere to go as he's wrapped up by Daniel Bruton. The senior will bring up 4th down with a minute 30 left. Saraland will just run it again, and then if they don't get the first down, Theodore will get it, and they'll have a couple of plays to run.
Yeah, I'll try to figure out what's my best strategy to get down on the field, because we have a region championship to celebrate here tonight.
So I think, if you look here, I think Jeff Kelly's probably going to call another timeout here, and I think you might even get a new set of substitutions in after that first one, just trying to get
more kids on the field,
as many kids out on the field as possible, with 119 remaining here. And Theodore
tonight's going to be a special celebration on the field.
Yep, Theodore going to fall to 6-3, 6-1 in the region. So they will still end up in second place in the region, I say, with a modicum of confidence. I look, yes, Theodore will be in second place in the region. So look at a home playoff game. And Franklin now in it, running back, and gets hit from behind. And turnover on. I thought that was 4th down. Okay.
Yeah, so Theodore in the playoffs with a home playoff game upcoming in a couple of weeks. Good news.
Yeah. 6-3 on the it'll be 6-1 in the region. Take on Blunt, which that game suddenly may look a little different.
Yeah, you're right. Remember when we might have hold up on some of this praise.
Bring Lynn back in there, and on 4th down, he pushes ahead. He's going to be a little short of the first down, so Theodore will get it back. And they're just going to let the clock run down here, not even stop it between the changeover. So that'll do it. Saraland continues to make it 38 straight at home, 25 straight in the region, 3rd straight region championship. And Coach Mask and Jeff Kelly out with words of encouragement for each other. Out near midfield, and a lot of wins, a lot of games between those two coaches. A lot of respect for one another. We'll take a timeout as Dan Brennan heads down to the field. 38-14. Saraland wins the region championship here at home tonight over the Theodore Bobcats. Saraland continues to roll on here tonight. 38-14, the win over Theodore. Saraland will finish the regular season 9-0. They are off next week, and they go 8-0, unbeaten in the region. Third straight region championship for the Saraland Spartans, and they get the win here tonight and continue to roll along. As we said, the impressive winning streaks, 25 in a row in the region, 59-3 since 2018 in the region, 38 straight home wins, and just so impressive what head coach Jeff Kelly has done there. And let's go down to Dan Brennan, who is with the victorious head coach.
It was a win. It was a region win. It won the region. I don't know what else we can say about a great performance by your team tonight, Coach.
You know, a gritty, tough performance. Yeah. You know, Theodore is an outstanding football team, and I really believe, you know, they're going to play a long time in the playoffs. A lot of respect for Coach Mask. He's a Hall of Fame guy in my book, and, you know, hats off to those guys. They fought hard. We needed a good challenge. We needed a good test. We needed to get hit in the mouth. We needed to have to respond to that. Things have been kind of easy throughout the season, and we needed to work. We had to overcome some stuff, and our guys did it. I was proud, you know, that they came out, you know, rolling and had us on our heels a little bit, but we managed to settle in, play ball, do what we needed to win, and I'm so proud of our guys.
Yeah, Jim and I were talking about that just at the later stages of the game. Your team rarely comes out not ready to go, and that's a hard thing to ask these kids to do.
Well, you know, that's a good offensive line and a good running back that came out, and they just, you know, went right to us. You know, went right down our throats in the first drive, and but our coaches did a good job there. Our players did a good job settling in, and so just proud of the win. This is a culmination of to go through our region and to come out undefeated in our region in the year is really a good deal, and so proud of our coaches and players.
Congratulations on the region championship again.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. We'll take it.
Let's bring our friends from Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola for a special presentation that's going to get this group very happy.
Yes, sir.
Coach, great game.
Thank you.
On behalf of Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, here's your Friday Night Rivals trophy.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Time for our player of the game. And if you watched a lot of Saraland games, not a lot of surprises who our player of the game is tonight. He's been doing it all year for Saraland, and it's Jamison Roberts, our one-of-a-kind player of the game on the night. 12 of 19, 307 yards rushing, passing. He also rushed it for 40 yards, including 2 touchdowns. And the 57-yard touchdown pass to Cy Bird, his longest of the night, but he goes for 307, rushes for 2 touchdowns. And our one-of-a-kind player of the game, this one to Deshaun Spencer. Had to make Manny Diaz, the Duke coach, in attendance here tonight. Happy to see that catch, is Jamison Roberts. And Roberts, our player of the game. And congratulations to that young man. And now let's take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always stop for school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. No stopping or trying to beat the arm, as it puts lives at risk. So this was right after Saraland had come back down, made it a 7-7 game. Theodore took the opening drive right down and scored on it, but then they turned it over on their second possession, led to a field goal. Saraland led at that point 10-7 and never looked back. And again, our school bus stop of the game is presented by NHTSA. And remember, never try to beat the stop arm. It can put lives in risk. It can result in large fines on your license, maybe even a suspension, and of course just the safety of everyone involved. This announcement brought to you by NHTSA. So Saraland wins it, 3rd region championship in a row. Want to thank Andrews Diesel and Automotive, ArcelorMittal Calvert, Coca-Cola United Bottling, Dr. Pepper, Greer's Markets, McMurphy Orthodontics, the Mobile County Sheriff's Department, NHTSA, Roof Doctors, SA Recycling, UJ Chevrolet, and the United States Coast Guard. And thanks to our great Friday Night Rivals crew here on the second to last week of the season. We got another one coming up Halloween night. We're across the Eastern Shore, as we'll have Bayside and Tuscaloosa Academy. But tonight, here the final, 38-14. Saraland rolls to another region championship and another perfect season, and they'll head into the playoffs unbeaten and looking to get back to the Super 7. For Dan Brennan and our entire crew, I'm Jim Cox saying good night from Saraland, where it was all Sparty here on Friday Night Rivals.